Alrighty guys, ladies and gents, welcome. Tis that time all day again. Hope you're all doing well. And welcome to another edition of the London session. Is there a potential interruption entry in 20 seconds from now? Perhaps. So let's get this show on the road, guys. As always, good morning, good afternoon, and a very good evening, no matter where we are. There is the double thumbs up. No matter where we are around the world. Hope you're all doing well, guys. As I mentioned, welcome to another edition of London session. Just off the bat, there is potentially a valid interruption play entry off the back of the pause here. We've had impulse, we've got that pause. So the IC is currently, let's see, did it close strong enough with the amount of volume of that previous candle? Closed about 20 pips below, so I'm going to set a sell limit at 41.53.17 straight off the back, guys. Based off the 15-minute interruption entry, we do have a valid entry. My bias is still to look for buys, believe it or not, but I do see a potential early entry. So again, it is ticked off. I will go through the analysis moving forward. Stop loss will be back. Usually it's above the interruption candle's high, but it's going to be a bit of a buy one. Target will be back around this support, 41.40, that sort of region. So that's what I'm currently looking at, a limit order sell. At 41.53.17. That is what I'm currently looking at. We'll see if it flips and starts to drop back down, then I'm going to remove the order. Either way, we have tapped into a level of support, which is a little bit of a concern, but I like the volume at the minute to the downside. So off the back of that, I will trust it, but I just don't want this count to flip and drop too far. I want it to happen pretty early, because seeing we are coming towards the closure of the hourly as well here. So off the back of that, I would preference it happening quite soon into this candle, rather than the last 5 minutes or so. But anyway, guys, let's have a good one. You guys know the drill. If you could, YouTube, don't forget, smash that like button. TikTok, hit that little screen for me. Any charts, any questions, anything you'd like me to look at, feel free to pop those into the chat, and I will get to you guys shortly. But without further ado, let's actually have a look at the analysis here on gold, the weekly. All right, so the weekly is very strong bullish. We are engulfing that previous weekly candle, which once again suggests to me potential for further upside direction on gold here. Daily candle probabilities are also bullish. We are flipping bearish now. Don't want to drop too far. Just seeing my MetaTrader. We don't really have a low wick. You guys know how I feel about that. We don't necessarily need it. I mean, there's still a chance that it's going to pull back to create that low wick. We don't necessarily need it. We do have a high low, higher high. So as long as within this candle, upon a pullback, price is brought back up, so the buyers do step back in, form support at perhaps a previous level of support, you know, likelihood is that we're not going to create that lower wick and we will potentially continue bullish. The 4 hour, structurally it is bullish. We have candle probabilities being to the upside. We are about to close bearish though on the current candle. So back of that, are there going to be any potential sell options as price begins to break the low of that 4 hour? To the upside, still see the potential for price to still come up to that 4200, 4210 sort of region here on the 4 hour. It is clean to the left on this particular time frame above the current daily candle's high. However, if we begin to break the low of that previous 4 hour candle, then perhaps price could eventually come back down to that 4130 sort of region moving forward. Now on to the all important 15. Actually, let's just mark in resistance at these highs, support. We're just going to use that bearish wick low and we'll adjust it accordingly if need be on the 15. Onto the 15 minute here, and we are bullish as well in that time frame. So counter trend, this potential entry, guys, it's definitely bullish the way I see it. But I do see an opportunity off the back of one of my favorite entry types when it does present off the back of the interruption. So for me, what I would now be doing is just adjusting this zone. It wasn't the highest point, it was the highest point in 4 hour. Again, we have tapped into a bit of a minor support just here to the left. So I'm gonna mark that in. Now, I would preference the buys unless if this triggers me in shortly. I will happily look to take the entry. Otherwise, what I'm going to do is see how price reacts to this level. We have bounced off it right now, but if we do actually pop back down, once again, respect that level and form support, then I could look for a potential buy off the back of that to take it back up towards the current daily candles high. Furthermore, what I'm looking at is just pullbacks for buys, guys. Another level here at 41.40, and then potentially a way back at 41.30. So pretty much more interested in looking for buy options. Mark up minor resistance at this point as well. That could also be a potential entry point for a buy back above that resistance, which is also back above some support and previous resistance from yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So back above that 41.5846 could also be a potential entry point to the upside here on the gold. So that is what I am currently looking at, team. Hopefully that makes sense. Make sure to let me know, hit the like button, YouTube, don't forget, TikTok, smash that little screen, and we'll see. We're getting pretty close to a potential entry within 10 pips. As I mentioned, want to happen well before the last 5 minutes of this candle. Seeing it is we're coming to the closure of the hourly candle, coming to the Frankfurt Open. So I want it to be triggered in quite soon. If it begins to flip again, then it's not likely going to happen. We're likely going to have to wait and see. Welcome one and all. First of all, YouTube, John, g'day to you. AWS Multimedia, g'day to you. Popping up again. Peter J, Bartman, Dean, and Sebastian. Hope you guys are doing well. So it's close, but not quite tapped in. Still, all right, we're in. Well, I'm in. So I've just been triggered in, and we're currently basically at break even. Let's see. Kenny Kane, g'day to you. Now I want this to flip pretty quickly, guys, because we are coming to closure of the hourly as well, like I said. Plus, I don't want to get caught in this candle closing for me support, closing back bullish. It could lead to, once again, a new candle opening up, creating low wick, and then begin to break the high and continuing to the upside. So let's see. Currently in some drawdown, but it's a difficult one to manage, in all honesty. A very difficult one to manage. It will just come down to pure candle closures, and that's about it. That's the only way I could probably go about managing the entry. TikTok, g'day to everyone on TikTok at the minute. Let me see if I've missed anything. Robin's going to sell side liquidity, 39.98. It's the target. Fair enough. I'm going to sell. I'm currently in a couple of pips profit. In an hour profit. So thank you for sharing live. Yes, yes, sirs. Is it about to go up or down? Well, I'm in a sell. Oh, our fair value gap on 170. Fair enough. 0D, g'day to you. Chat ads 14. You're gonna lose, bro. Look for you. Fair enough. If that's what you think, I'm not asking you to take trade. It's 100% long. I believe it's a long as well, but I do have a catalyst to sell it, so that's what I'm doing. Currently in about 4 pip profit. So let you know as soon as I'm getting to break even. The entry was 17. All right, at about 8 pips on the table. I want to get to that 10 plus and then start to consider getting to break even. So we're coming towards the closure of this 1 hour candle. So I'm going to be really strict with the management on this one. closure of the 1 hour, closure of the 15. So once again, this closes bullish, which has new count creates a low wick and begins the break that we're going to head up. So see if we can get to break even soon. We've got 8 pips almost on the table. Stop loss is above the previous candle. Robin in from 41.68. 6484 partials taken. Nice one. All right, there's it 10. All right. Wanting to get to break even pretty quickly. You got 9 up. You got 10 now. Not really enough to secure, to be honest. Wanted to drop a bit more before I consider securing any profit on this. And again, it's coming to a closure of the alley, so I'd rather secure something. Yeah, I'm likely going to get taken out break even here. Ah, man. Oh, the volatility. Oh, just spared. All right, I'm going to secure something. All right, I've got to secure half. There's 30 pips on the table. Job done. I've secured half. I'm going to let the rest run. 30 pips on the table. Luckily, I didn't get to break. Almost got to break even, but I waited a little bit longer. So 30 pips on the table there, guys. You're running in more than 30 pip profit in a minute. And job done. Happy days. Good way to start the stream. Back on our winning ways. So once again, it's definitely long, is it? I do me, you do you. If you don't like the sell, I'm not asking you to take it with me. But love it when people say you don't know what you're doing, and then you prove them wrong. But no, nothing to prove on this stream. Just do what I do because the rate, you guys see it, 80% win rate. And that brings up 136th win for the stream. Very quick time, and we are absolutely rocking and rolling now. So there you go. You got almost 40 pips, 36 pips on the table. So I've closed half and I'm currently running at break even. Nice one. Anyone else take trade? Let me know. Hello, and interested in watching you trade and learning from you. Thank you. Good to be here. Well, I mean, good to have you here. It's good to be here myself as well. Frank, more to you. The last nice one, brother. Good trade in and out. Candy cane. Yeah, we've still got the runner going, and we're currently sitting at about 40 plus pips, so it's looking good. The last you closed 25. Nice one, brother. Happy to hear. Happy to hear when my team, my VIP members, are profiting. So good work. No new flow. I'm in profit. Nice one. Was it too late? Take it, Franco. You were too late. All good, brother. All good. Currently running at 40 plus pip profit. MMN Canada. MMN Canada. Good morning to you. And let's go. Let's go, guys. Here we go. 50, almost 50. 40, 43, 42 pips in profit. Ben, nice one, brother. Hope you're well, by the way. Been a while. We definitely need to have a catch up call at some point. TikTok, anyone take it? Where's our mate? Is he still on the stream? The ones that said it's 100% long and I'm gonna lose. Are you still there? Chit Tats 14. Jepco, you're gonna buy? That's all right. You could still probably profit from it. I don't know what you got in from. Mix double top end 15 should drop. Yep. Well, we got into the sell. What time frame you have open? 15. Unscrupulous, brother. Most I suppose is London liquid Asia high and after come back. Fair enough. Robin, it's dropped. More than chilled. Don't think there is such thing as obvious buys and sells, or to be honest, especially gold, is very manipulated by the big bullion banks, which for the most part out of the US, so most of them aren't in session. Elvis, I agree with that. Risk management is definitely key. Blue Zay Forex, I'll type it into the chat. So how is that, guys? First 5 minutes of the stream, taking a winning trade, just following a simple edge in the markets that I use on a regular. My guys love this entry. They lather it up. They absolutely love it. It's called the interruption entry. You would have heard about it and learnt it first on this stream. It's got nothing to do with A.C.T or any of that fair value gap stuff. It's literally a pause after an impulse. So a bit of a nice push down, pause, continuation, engulfing by a fair distance, not just engulfing, upper wick, tap in, and rejection. So that's the entry. Very simple one, very effective one. Speaking of my team, guys, as you should already know, not my guys but the other guys as well, BIP is, I've bit the bullet for Black Friday and I'm offering 20%, and there is a special discount code if anyone is interested on TikTok. Feel free to send me a DM and I'll happily share with you all that. YouTube, it's pinned into the top of the chat if anyone is interested, just to let you guys know. Jeb code ByTP 4060 ByTP. I think you mean sell. No name support. Yeah, that's the support. So yes, I know it's tapped into something. I just felt the momentum off the back of that candle, that there was a good chance it's still going to reject, and the hourly looked good to close strong, which it did do. So I chose to go off the back of that. Bit of intuition coming into it as well. But nah, there definitely was some support there. Michigan sold from 41.68 and 41.66. Nice work. Not that I would have been looking to sell it from there, but irrespective, nice work. All right. So I have closed quite a fair bit of it, to be honest, guys. I have only got a little portion of it running. Robin took it at 41.54. The sell. Nice one if you did. All over it, mate. Awesome. Michael Hughes. Nice one. M Herbert 14. I got it, bro. Thank you. Low lot size, but I'm there. Nice one. Yeah, it's not a big lot for me as well, to be honest. It's not a huge one because the stop loss is just a wide one. But I felt it was still a solid enough entry. Robin, they were obviously all come from Fibonacci levels. Took them all 0 drawdown. Okay, fair enough. As long as you're following your plan. I was testing all fib levels. And what do you think about SCI? What is SCI? M Herbert, not fully. I've got 25% running, just in case. Caught 2 weeks ago some big runners. Well, for me anyway, 230 pips and 130 pips. So keeping a little part of it open just in case it does similar. But I'm all good. If not, I'm happy with the win either way. Early caution. Are you looking for sells or buys? Well, I'm currently in a sell. Currently, I've taken most of the profit off the table from the entry, but I still have a little entry remaining. With the runner at break even. Elvis Size, a trader that claims he made 100 million this year trading. No idea. I've never heard of him. 3 to 4 years. Possibly. I know of a gentleman. I mean, I don't actually know the guy, but I believe the figures because of a mate who was, well, how can I put this? Well, he bought a course basically from a swing trader, and some of the figures that guy was making was absolutely crazy, honestly. It's the shit that you literally see on IG, but it's actually not fake. It is actually legit. But he was swing trading like 100 lots. So how he got there, no idea. But I actually do believe that. Sebastian, nice trade. Thank you. Thank you. Nice emoji. All right. Dean, W trade, my personal favorite entry. Dean, yep, pretty much my personal favorite as well. So it looks like we could get tagged out in that little runner, coming close to break even. Dean, you just hit break even futures. Entry level is different. Oh, okay. Carl, morning to you, my friend. Ooh, runner is almost out. Oh, and a few pips have been taken out. Oh, is it suicide? So it's possible. I just never heard of him. All right, so the runner's out. And trade one. Over and done with. So win on the first trade there. Just gonna screenshot this so I can add it to the journal. Add every trade, even the loss from yesterday, obviously. No hiding, so just let me do what I need to. It's not gonna do it, is it? Fuck's sake. Excuse my language. Anyway, that'll have to do for my members. All right. So the runner is out in that one, so we can add that to trades taken. Gold W. The stream record is now 136. Just want to update it quickly on the YouTube side of things, and I'll get back to you guys. 136 wins, 34 losses, right on 80%. That's all right. Good thing is, guys, the trades are becoming thick and fast of late. You guys remember a couple weeks back, those who were on the stream, or last month even. So hard to find quality trades because I'm so strictly rule based. So I'm waiting for my triggers to present, waiting for my cows to present, which is what I had just there. And it was few and far between, but the last 3 weeks have been a plenty, to be honest. So that's why I say to my guys, be patient, because you're going to get those times in the market where it's going to give you plenty of options. You're going to have other times in the market where it could be a little bit lackluster. But the important thing is, when it is that way, you need to identify it and just sit on your hands. Don't do anything stupid. LBSB gets a lot of hate because his model is no course and he makes it seem so easy. Could be, who knows, mate. Look, I'm not gonna say he's full of shit because I don't know the guy. I do know a few other traders who I think are really, really full of shit, but I'm not gonna name names. I have proof. One of them is one of the biggest ones when it comes to scalping. Billy, caution, not gonna lie. Look at M30 in hourly very carefully. What about it? I know what you're gonna say. It's at a level here to the left. I know. I took a chance though because I had a catalyst to sell it. I had that, just simply reacting to a price action catalyst within my course, my rules, and the results show, because I know if I just do that, 80% chance I'm gonna win. So I just, when it ticks the box, I enter. No ifs, buts, maybes. I'm not sure. Down here, don't feel confident. there is none of that. It should be none of that as a trader. As a level where it could bounce off, yes, I'm aware of that. Could there be buys? Potentially, but I feel above this count is high. The stop loss is going to be huge. There's not enough margin to that level if that's the case. So likely going to need to still stick to 41.58 for a potential closure above that point there. 5 minute, not looking bad, but I would probably preference a little bit more structure if I was to buy it from this point here. So the catalyst would be a 15-minute engulfing candle. There is to be any option, but like I mentioned a few seconds ago, the issue here is going to be stop loss and margin. So let's just mark in above the high of this candle. You've got 30 pips. So to me, yeah, it's not likely, to be honest. Also look at the daily. Again, I believe it's bullish. I mentioned it at the very beginning of the stream. I'm bullish on gold. Extremely bullish, short term, long term. But I just saw an opportunity based off price action, and that's what I do. I trade based off price action. So again, the reason why I follow my own analysis all the time is because 80% win rate. Why should I worry what someone else thinks? Early caution, we should be reversing soon. Potentially. Should is a word often overused because the markets don't have to do anything. Markets does whatever it wants to do. There's no such thing as it has to or should do this. The best way to go about things is just to have a plan and react if and when the time comes. So once again, impulse, pause, continuation. That to me, every day of the week is a valid entry. M. Herbert, Caden, by the way, Forex, big scalper. Yeah, very popular one. He's a lot more popular than I am, especially on YouTube. Love you guys on YouTube, though. You guys rock. Hull looks like Mr. Fun, but I'm looking for buys on M30 candle close, possibly. M30? Yeah, forming support. Still got a way to go. Or M15 engulfing. Yeah, that's probably the better play. But the issue with that again is just there is not much margin. Trader market. Hey bro, why did you take sells? This price was at support. Why? Because it was holding a limit order based on, once again, a price action pattern that when it presents, I know is a cracking entry. So impulse, pause, continuation, engulfing, just this simple price action pattern will often give me enough to get some, you know, to a point where I can secure profits, get to break even, and job done. So that's why. Again, I'm bullish as well. I just saw a quick opportunity to maybe take a sell down to a point where I could potentially buy it from. Did that last 2 weeks ago. You guys remember gold had made a fairly significant pullback and the bias actually had flipped bearish. And I did say I'm going to look to take a buy first though, to take it up to the point I could look to take the sell. And I got both on the stream, if you guys remember. So it's kind of like that, looking for a sell to take it to a level where I could potentially look to buy it from. Just would have kind of wanted it to pop down lower. But it does what it wants to do. It seems to be forming support at the current level. The issue is stop loss. So let's measure that. Yeah, you're looking at 57, 58 pips once you count for spread, and you've only got like a 30 pip margin to the most recent resistance once you count for spread. So not going to be looking at those buys. Targets was hit. Yeah, I had more than 40 pips on the table. So I secured 75% of position by the end of it. It was a profitable trade. Peter didn't take that trade, not familiar with that style of trade, but happy to learn. Nice one. Well, that's it. I'm happy to hear that, to be honest, that you're not just jumping in for the sake of it, because that makes me feel bad if it's a loss and then you think to yourself, why did I take it? I don't even understand why the entry was taken. So I'm happy that, you know, some of you sit tight, didn't take it just because I was taking it. And Herbert would have been nice buying that order block. It would have been nice to pop down, to be honest. Sunny, TP, well, I'm out. The trade's finished for me. Secured majority of profit. And it's now been taken out at break even, the little runner that was remaining. Kane, is that your crib or green screen? Nah, it's not the crib, mate. It'd be nice if it was, to be honest. I've lived in a pad similar to that, to be honest. Oh, I was loving life back then. But nah, not the moment. Not the moment, mate. Tyler longs, yeah, longs make more sense, but again, stop loss is an issue. I'm not going to take it because there is not much margin to 41.58.50. The only thing I would look at if look, you really want to try to get involved, you're just going to have to use the current candle's lower wick to give you more than a 1-to-1. But it's not really much of a low wick, so I'm personally going to wait. Ram, why not longs when it tests into order block? When it taps in, it's not the way I trade. I'm a high confirmation trader, so I wait for closures most of the time. Sonny, are you looking to buy next? Potentially. Jay Setter, second time you stream and like your style of trade, do you just use M15 or continuation play? Predominantly, mate, but it is valid across the board. I've used it on the daily time frame. One of our members, a mate of mine, has been in a daily interruption entry trade from here. He's still in the trade. So look at that. I took one from, took one from here and one from here. Both triggered in. One had 2.3 pips drawdown, I'll never forget, on the daily time frame. The other one had 0.7 of a pip drawdown. That is absolutely bananas on the daily time frame. But me being me, I don't really hold on to runners while I close them all out. Still very profitable trades, but look at it now. Wow. Good thing was from those trades, I actually got to, you know, purchase some more physical gold out of it, which is the whole plan of what I do when it comes to trading. Don't keep it always in the account. I like to buy gold and silver. I've always mentioned it. Today's God's money. It's real money. It's not crap. It's not fake paper shit. It's not IOUs. It's not credit. It's tangible. It's physical. It's real money. Sonny, how often do you live? I find them inspiring. Monday to Thursday for the most part. Sometimes Friday. Jay, nice one, bro. Where you place your stop if it's on the day. It has to be below daily. So it's a wider one, so it's a really small position. Really, I'm talking about extremely small positions. It also works on a 4-hour. Also works on a 1 hour. The 1 hour is one which a lot of guys I think look into. That's the one one of the members is in just now. Still running, still in the trade. Yeah, so generally speaking, it has to be below the actual interruption play. So I'll just show you here. So that's the pause candle. You've had nice clean bullish candle, clean engulfing candle. So stop loss essentially should be below either the catalyst candle or the pause candle. On this particular one, I had it below the pause candle, and it literally had basically no drawdown. This one had stuff all like 0.7 pip drawdown. This one had 2.3, so never close to stop loss. But generally speaking, that's how you manage to trade, how you place a stop loss for that particular entry. Speaking of my team, apologies guys, I've forgotten to even start up a Zoom call. We'll do so shortly. We had a good little chat. I enjoy the members only streams. It was yeah, calls. That was yesterday after the stream, an hour after. Sat on a call for about an hour and 15. Had a look at the charts. Had a good chat one another. A little bit of education as well in between. Had a look at the simulator. which I am having a robot built for the interruption entry. But it just needs fine tuning. It's not there yet. Unfortunately, it's a way off, to be honest. Even used on the 5-minute. That's just as low as I've gone, Jay. I've used them on the 5-minute before. All right. Where's the annotation tool just gone? Here it is. So it's all in the course too, by the way. That is definitely getting the update. It's needed, and it will be getting it. Steven took a trade with you. They're small, nice one. Good, trusting your own analysis and sell when others were shouting buy due to structure. Nice one, mate. Happy to hear it. If you are still watching and listening, yeah, I agree. It is bullish, but again, I just saw a simple price action pattern that I would trust so much, and I'm so comfortable to take it that I could not take it. Marco, thank you for the sticker, by the way, mate. As always, appreciate it. Appreciate your support. Jared, are you in a trade? No, already took profit on a sell. We took this trade, so I'm out of that trade. It's Phoenix 2507. Do I wait for candle to end before taking trade after it breaks above? You're talking about here? See, in this situation, no, you want to take as it breaks above, to be honest. That is your confirmation. To me, it's not quite a confirmation candle. It's not engulfing. There's no minor resistance that's breaking. It's choppy in the 5 minutes. To me, it's not quite a catalyst. Plus, this candle's pulled too far back. But if had this candle closed somewhat like so, then that is a catalyst engulfing that bearish candle's high. So that is a simple price action catalyst that I'm familiar with and happy to trade based on. But it would have needed decent lower wick, and not this much of a lower wick, because stop loss is too wide, and once again, you don't have that one-to-one, and that could have been your potential entry off the back of that. Stanley Charmer, hey, my low model. Take that as a compliment. Jay, all good, mate, all good. Did some more fragrance shopping today, guys, as you do. There's a sale on, so at Myers, those who are in Oz, you know, Bob Meyer, 25% off. You can't go wrong. Went a little bit bananas though, but still, yeah. Good to get the win, put it this way. Yeah, so a fragrance review will drop probably later this evening, my time, on TikTok, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, there'll be a few dropping quite regularly now. Should be another also trade related reel dropping hopefully in the next few days. Are you modeling on the side for members? OnlyFans Forex stream. Do you trust me? Guys, I don't know about the guys. Some guys might like it. Ladies, ooh. We'll let have a bit of fun, guys. We'll have joke around a bit. In good shape, mate. In good shape. I'm probably at my shape of 2019, which was I was considering doing amateur aesthetic tournament. And I reckon I'm as good, if not even better than that time. So been really working hard on the training side of things. Shame on what state? Victoria. Melbourne, Victoria. Where the weather is shit one day and even shitter the next. It's summer in how many days? A few days from now. And the forecast is like 17 degrees and rain for pretty much the next week. Horrible. Declan sell or buy? Nothing at the minute. Success Life waiting to tap in 41.37 to maybe, if you can confirm, I think you mean go up 41.37. Thank you for the sub. So I am streaming live on YouTube at the same time, guys. You get the full screen, you get the price scale and so on and so forth. Lucas, take a learn trade yourself. Don't really, yeah, it's a good point. You already have made money. Yeah, well, I made some money off the sell too. So as long as you respect this support, I think there's a good chance for ending up, but there's just not a great deal of margin. So next type of catalyst would be, someone should know, I'm assuming at least someone's going to be able to answer this. Well, we just gave it away on YouTube. Anyway, FIP time. 0.382. If it closed above that, what does that suggest to me? Those who watch me on the regular. What would a closure above that point, weak bearish, suggest to me? See if anyone can answer it. Dean, I wish I'm getting 37 plus all week. Oh, you are getting 37 plus? Of course, we are building a shed in... Oh, man. Yeah. Whereabouts are you, mate? Are you up in... Must be somewhere north or somewhere in the middle. Definitely not south. G'day, Lockie. No one gonna have a stab at the significance of that level. Don't be shy, guys. Don't be shy. The close is weak bearish, so this is KS Multimedia. AWS Multimedia. If close weak bearish, we will need a decent pullback. Next candle for, I think you mean stop loss and buy. Yeah, well, pretty much right, mate. It would confirm a weak closure. We have tapped into support, but once again confirm that perhaps it's grabbed downside liquidity. So if price was to break this counter high, I do believe there's a high probability of heading back up to 41.58.50. The issue is stop loss again, quite a wide one. So it would all come down to the following candle, how that opens and pulls back to create its low wick, and where it pulls back to in order to use it as a stop loss. Coming close to the closure of the M30, that's going to be closing bullish, so that adds confluence to any potential buy. Yeah, shall see. In southeast Queensland, about 3 hours west of Brisbane. Wow. To be honest, I probably prefer to be somewhere like that, as long as it's got a gym. A decent gym, then I'd be happy to be out of this bloody rat race, to be honest. I get so shitty in traffic. There's always some moron who just has no idea or falls asleep. Alright, pulling back, so likely not going to be valid for the time being. Bruno, g'day to you, mate. Surfer Abdi, what the white line? White line is the 0.382 of the fib. This particular candle, and that if it closed above would suggest it's a weak bearish closure. That's if it closed bearish. Closed below suggests it's a stronger closure, which means I would not be able to take any buys on the following candle without a closure above confirmation again. So it would minimum require another 15 minutes. Pulling back up, but okay, if you ever used Bollinger Bands indicator, back in the day when I first started swing trading, I've tried everything. Options for shits and giggles, but not with live money. I was just trying to see if I can come up with a strategy on options, my own strategy. Going okay, and I was using Bollinger Bands a bit too, along with other things. But I just wouldn't be asked with it, to be honest. Too busy with this training as well. Oh, could close weak, bearish. Oh, it's just gonna not quite. Yeah, not quite, almost. Let's quickly measure it again. Did it create a lower low? I'm not sure if it did. Nah, it's definitely not closed up that point, so so I can now remove that. So now you need the engulfing closure on this candle. Very simple process, guys. Just step by step. As data prints, you reassess, and it just takes out the guesswork. And like you might ask me, how do I know that? It's based off time in the charts and developing an edge that works for me. So it will take yourself time for the newer people by developing their strategy, their edge, to work out in these types of price action patterns, if that's what you're trying to trade, price action, and knowing when is the best time to maybe look for an impulsive entry. So for instance, if price just broke the high of this candle, or when it's more probable to wait for instance, this on the following candle to validate an entry. And again, no one taught me this. No one taught me the fib trick. No one. It's just something I've used by myself for how many years. Everyone from the old group that I used to be part of, that I was educating within, it was my old mentor. You'd all know we never used that. I've come up with it myself just because I was trialing it. I had noticed certain things about these sort of candle formations. So I started noting it down, started journaling it, and come up with, you know, a really good rule based off it by using the fib, which is very effective. That's the type of thing you need to do if you want to really level up and be a consistent, steady trader. Shamo, how did you manage between work and learning the skill? Learning how to trade, but it's been difficult to take trades during NY as A.C.T lectures are based on the time. Yeah, for me, look, for the most part, when I started scalping, I was a bit lucky because that was during the time where obviously the C word was present and everyone was locked down. So I had plenty of time to sit in the charts, plenty of time to lose money by overtrading, and plenty of time to learn about price action and things like that. So I was a little bit more lucky, but also mentioned many times, it's breaking just now, but still there's no valid entry for me. If it goes, no problem on my trade. But also I do, like I've mentioned, I'm self-employed, family, have a business, and for the most part that's just takes up my time more on Friday and the weekend. So throughout the week I've pretty much time to myself to trade, do what I want. And that's what I do. Could there be an interruption entry to the upside here? Maybe, possibly. But I do understand the constraints when you're trying to work at the same time. Heavy Metal Bulldogs, thank you for the sticker as well. Profit mix, short. I took a short already for some profits, but now more focused on long positions. Wow, that is absolute quality. What a paradigm. That is unreal. Unreal. That and the new Ralph Lauren, New York. Quality fragrances are stunning. Okay, well, double S multimedia. I see this to be a pullback and then it will sell big. I would love for it to sell big. Tommy Jordan, I'm sorry, mate. I really want it to melt. You know how I feel about it. I want you to take enormous profit, but please close out before it melts and let me get in, blow it out. That's all I ask. That's all I ask. Not asking too much. That's the member who is currently running the interruption play based on the daily time frame in some very nice profit. Yeah, so for me, I trade to, well, obviously for a few reasons, but the main thing is so I can accumulate physical gold and silver. So I want it to continue to drop. I'm not ready for it to go to 10k or whatever. I do believe it's getting there at some point. Not saying anytime soon, but 10, even 20. Even it could even be revalued. I think there's a point next year where the Fed, I'm not exactly, I can't remember exactly when it is, but in order to wipe out debt, they could just literally reevaluate gold. And it's been rumored that it could actually happen. So first of all, a few things have to take place. They have to actually know, like, there has to be proof that they actually have the gold in order to do that. There's a lot of doubt that the US actually hold the gold that they say they hold. But yeah, I mean, if that happens, then gold could be reevaluated overnight. Imagine what that's going to do to silver. Silver is like the aggro younger brother who doesn't get this. It's more, suppose the older brother doesn't get as much attention as the younger brother, do they? I get more attention than my older brothers. Mama's boy. But you guys get what I mean. It's like the little guy not getting attention from the others because maybe he's not as handsome, so the ladies don't like him as much. Maybe he doesn't stand out as much. Maybe the clothing he wears smells like absolute ass. But silver will have its time, and that will completely skyrocket. That will shock many people if that is to be the case. Again, one of the economists I respect probably the most, to be honest, in the top few anyway, has a lot of conviction that silver will be $2,000 or $3,000. Goldie, are you buying? Not yet. Potentially not yet. Took a win on a sell before. Omar, hi mate, was 4.5k up on funded yesterday, 3k down today. Any advice? How much I can help you with, my friend? You should have had a game plan in regards to that. If you're 4.5k up, just depends on what size account you have in that. You shouldn't be allowing it to go back to the point of drawdown. Don't be greedy. Have a realistic target. Don't just hold because you want to knock it off in one hit or whatever. Because a lot of these prop firms have rules that you can't, you know, pass a challenge or whatever off the back of one trade either way. So you need to have a plan, man. Advice, look, you're probably in from a sell, were you? I'm assuming. Or in a buy, sorry, and it dropped. Not much I can do, to be honest, mate. Wish there was, but there isn't. Byron Edmund, apart from buying physical gold and silver, what is your take on investing in government bonds? Yeah, that's also, look, it's a decent bet. I think it's always a safe bet. It's also what the Japanese are doing right now. They're buying back their own credit instead of buying back their own debt instead of US debt. Look, it's safe, but it depends, like how long are we talking about? I'd rather just have it in physical gold and silver. I do believe you're going to get a better return. Personally, bonds will be safer, but I don't know, because if things turn digital, God knows what happens to those bonds at that point. I personally don't hold any government bonds or anything, but it's not a bad place to be. It's probably the next best, in all honesty. BJ, that's for their gold because it valued at, yeah, it's valued, yep, it's valued at $43 per ounce. That's what it's valued at now. Dollar sniper, people overthinking trade too much. For the most part, yes. I think a lot of people do. Do no flow. I'm also in drawdown of 150 on my 5k prop account. And you need to have a plan, my friend. Ethan, thoughts on Bitcoin? Not interested in Bitcoin. Not interested in it. It's pulled back already some 20 odd %. I believe the bubble eventually is going to pop. It could pump prior to it again. I have no idea. I'm just not interested because, again, it's not physical. I don't trust it. Doesn't mean I'll never invest back into it, but not at these levels. I still don't, even though it's pulled back significantly, it's not until it crashes. I'm talking about an 80% crash, and it might not happen again. But I don't know if the market has yet matured because it's still pulling back a fair bit. Still making 20-30% pullbacks quite quickly. So I don't think the market's quite matured yet to the point where it's not going to pull back, make you know, big pullbacks in a bear trend, in a bear market. Same as Nasdaq. Nasdaq is just pumped up by literally 2 or 3 stocks holding it up. But I mentioned it, I think it was yesterday or the day before, Trump's going to do his best to keep these prices inflated when it comes to Nasdaq. He's pro crypto, pro Bitcoin. He doesn't want to be the president that sunk the ship and ruined a lot of lives. Omar, 100k account passed already, 1 week from payout date. Yeah, mate, it's not much I can do because you should have had a plan before entering a trade as to where you're going to take profit, where you're going to, what point you might get to break even, what point you might cut it in drawdown, so on and so forth. I can't give you those rules. You need to have those rules. Sonny, no, I'm not in a buy at the minute. Only try I've taken so far is the sell where we've already secured profit on it, and now potentially looking at some, maybe some buy options. And man, can I sell? No retest area. Up to you. I don't see a sell. Jared, what are we waiting? See how this candle closes first of all. So the only potential entry at this rate would be the interruption. So opposite to the trade we took to the downside, be looking for it to present to the upside. So it has to close strong. The issue once again is going to be stop loss. So let's just quickly measure it. It is to be valid. Not that bad. Even below the interruption count itself, it's a pretty good stop. But it needs to close more with more strength. A couple pips above is definitely not strong enough. It needs to be similar to here, similar to the downside. I think we had about 20 odd pip closure below. Yeah, 20 pips. So we want to see something similar here. So pretty much the current level. Alin, sorry, is it a buy now? Potentially. Oh, sniper, if someone can tell me who owns Bitcoin officially, I'll trade it. God knows. Don't bet on what you can't physically own. Yeah, not my cup of tea. I'd rather invest in collectibles or fine art than Bitcoin, in all honesty. All right, 1 minute, guys. Byron, thank you. I'm buying physical gold and silver. Any insights on identifying legitimate dealers and how it's easy for me here because I just look for ASIC regulated ones. And I look for ones that are transparent. So the one I buy from have their own YouTube channel. They stream live every Friday, I think it is. Not that I ever watch it. They have regular updates, do short reels. They are ASIC regulated. All the ones here pretty safe here in Oz. So it just depends where you are, to be honest. Around the world, I would never ever. One pro tip: don't buy from eBay. Whatever you do not buy gold or silver from eBay. May sound obvious, but some people still would, and they would be getting completely ripped off. Same as fragrances, to be honest, guys. Some, yeah, are okay. Some that actually, like, it's a link to another shop. All right, so it's closed. To me, it's not quite strong enough. It's about 10 pips. With the current volume of these candles, I don't really think it's that strong, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, if you want to take it, that's the entry you're looking at. I'm going to wait. I'm going to patiently wait now for session open. Already had a win. No need to force anything. It is still valid. It's 10 pips above, but I want it to be more like this one, where it was 20 pips below. Yes, I mean, for instance, I saw a fragrance that I really like, and it was about $150 cheaper on eBay. It's discontinued. So if you are to find it at perfume houses and retailers and that, you're looking at about $350 to $400 Australian. And on eBay, I saw a listing for $199.95, and I don't trust it. No. On Whisk, why what? So not sure what you're asking about. TikTok, Yared closed above 41.55. What's closed above that? There's just no margin upon continuation to the next resistance. There's no trade there for me. SP, you take new trades yet, mate? Yeah, took a sell. Took a limit order sell. Secure profits on that trade based on the interruption candle entry. Now just waiting. Ricky, love listening to you on the way to work. Learn a lot using my free time to learn. Nice one, mate. Thank you for your support and appreciate you enjoy the stream. Goldie, so we want bottom wick on that line. Yes, that is pretty much the entry point if you are to take the trade. Bottom wick, tap into that, which is the high of that bearish pause candle. But it looks like it has just broken the high of that candle, which in accordance to the trade rules for this, now there are different types of interruption entries. My favorite, the one I use the most, is the continuation interruption, which is the one we just took to the downside here. The rule for the continuation interruption is it cannot break the, in this case, the high of the callous candle. It's invalid if it does before tagging you into the trade. So it's done that, so it's invalid either way. Now there is the delayed interruption, and based on that it could still be valid, but what I want to see for that is it create more of an impulse up, and then you're looking for the pullback later on into the day to that level. So I'd really love for it to pop up high into the range above, break through this resistance, and then maybe later on today there could be a delayed interruption entry. Some of the other members would still take it based off this. I would say at least you'd have to wait for this count to close, but I'm not as big a fan of the delayed interruption entry. Bill, gold buys 4200 TP, fair enough. On motion, I'm not going to say the rest of that word. You can be the mert to the trenches. Thank you. Jack, have you ever heard of meme coins? Definitely heard of meme coins. You're our mert, thank you. Listen, Bid JD's here is on board you to meme coins. If you don't listen, we'll... Oh, I don't know. Here we go. Here we go. It's awesome. My gay friend Jack is here. Can you please listen to him? Can I listen to Jack? What is going on, guys? Where's this stream heading? Zeusva joining meme coin churches, bro. This is not the way. Yeah, guys, just be careful because I'm sure maybe a few people from this chat probably going to try to send you guys DMs about meme coins and something I back or some shit that I condone, which I don't. Never send you guys a direct message without you initiating contact. You initiate contact, I reply to every message. Beginning messages just to say g'day and always reply. Yeah, what is going on? My stream be hacked by people with meme coins, into meme coins. Thank you, Jack. Johnny X, Jack Wild film. No, thank you. Not interested. Not interested in watching one of those films. Jeez, guys, seriously. Bugger off. Honestly, I'm not jumping across the meme coins. I don't have time to trade crypto. Or oil my bald head. It's okay. I can do it myself. All good. No need for someone else to do it for me. I'll just let the dog lick my head. Either way, I'll clean it. Gonna have a laugh. GJ, anyone looking at GJ? GJ is on the ban list for me. I do not trade anymore. And slow trickle up looks like shit again. Quickly look at GU. I did mark up chart just prior to the stream. Oh, look at that. Wow. Didn't even know it actually happened. Crazy. That happened at Frankfurt Open. You had the close below. This would have been a cracking entry. Reason being is because, first of all, it is bearish the way I see it in the 15. It rejected, obviously, created resistance. The 4 hour closed strong bearish. And within it, it was also at a resistance on the 4 hour. Within it, it flipped the structure on a 15 bearish by closing below this particular swing point here. So by doing so, we have not obviously closed above the origin of the swing low. So the origin is here. This is the swing low. Anything between is bearish. So what we had done is pull back yet again, create a double top, obviously create support, retested the support, closed back bearish on this particular candle back above, which would suggest that there's a good chance that if price broke the high that it may continue bullish. So it didn't do. But as soon as it rejects and begins to close below again, suggest once again we've grabbed upside liquidity in order to make the move back to the support, which is exactly what it's doing. So that would have been a cracking entry there on GU. If anyone does trade it, if anyone took it, fantastic. Good work. Quickly look at EU. That was yesterday's markings. Similar to GU, you could have possibly just entered an EU trade in a break of that weak bullish / liquidity candle. AU, don't touch it. So gold's but breaking through that resistance as well. So the delayed interruption, to me, it looks a bit better now. All right, for there to be a buy moving forward above this level, it would require, it's just based off my rules, waiting 15 minutes into session open. So this candle has to close above, and the following candle would have to close like so. So this candle has to close, let me just draw it in properly. This candle has to close something like that. Following candle would have to close perhaps like this. That would be a weak bearish closure back above the resistance, so triggered in some sell pressure, grab some more liquidity from the downside, and then what I would personally be looking for is low wick to form on the following candle and an entry as price begins to break the high of that weak bearish pause above the previous resistance. Very high probability trade. Question. Yeah, I'm not pronouncing that name. I'll be banned from TikTok for life. Stop airing us. Yarra gold is pumping, yes, I can see. P&L 13 million. John, why Bitcoin? I just don't trust it. Again, it's not physical. You can't hold it. You can, yeah, you can say, you know, you got a ledger, whatever, it's yours. Ledgers have been hacked. If there is a complete reset of financial system, crypto is also going to cop it big time. Where do you think people are going to run to? If it comes down to a barter system, who knows? You might laugh and think this guy is bloody mental. But you never know. When people get desperate, what would you rather hold? Bitcoin or gold or silver? I'd definitely rather hold gold and silver. 100%. So meme coin, Bo James, I'm not playing a meme coin, to be honest. KSS Multimedia, I took the trade, 20 pips one, nice one. Can't be safe, guys. If you have cash to spare, feel free to send it to me and I'll save it. That's it. So you know where to send it, Carl. Put your address in the chat, email, and your bank account number, your car number, all that stuff. Byron, if you don't mind me asking, what does prep time look like to you as a trade? Prep time. So obviously prep time is, first of all, doing the top-down analysis, and then knowing where we are on the chart. So knowing, for instance, if I want to get in a buy from this level, knowing that I need to wait for price to approach that level, at least tap in, and then needing to wait for some sort of price action catalyst. The catalyst will all be determined by closures and this data prints. I have to reassess, and that is, to me, that's the prep time. Carl, don't tempt me. Fun stream, winning stream, and a fun stream. TA gonna work on bundles? No idea. No, I don't even know what bundles are, to be honest. So you're going way over my head here. I'm talking crypto. Crypto is dog's balls to me. Love it. Oh, wannabe trader. Lucky, God knows. What happened to, I had one moderator who's not been on the stream for a long time. Bruno, yes, very dangerous people. Lucky, it's all good. It's a bit of fun, to be honest. Jack, most definitely it's profitable. I mean, I prove regularly on stream. $30 mil, you know? 13, not 30. I said 13. Get that correct. Jeez, you guys are so easy, so gullible. What I think about Solana, I think it's crypto. I think it's shit. That's what I think of Solana. That's just me personally. You guys might think gold and silver shit. That's fair enough, but I think crypto is shit. So, but I will get back into it at some point. I will, but I'm waiting for the market to completely crash, completely shit the bed, and that's the only time I'll consider it. When things are ugly, when people don't want to be involved in something, I like to have a bit of a contrarian belief. So silver has been ugly for many years. No one's wanted silver in many years, and I've been accumulating it for not many years, but at least 5 years now, and sitting quite nicely my silver stack. Quite happy with what I have. I still want more though. I'm still got conviction that's going a lot higher, so I'm still buying it at the current levels, even though it recently created a new all-time high. So that's what I do. I mean, the energy sector, I feel, is lost a bit of love as well. That could be something to park some cash in, but I don't trust any equities. If there is a reset, I remember reading a clause that if a big company goes bust, they have the right to rehypothecate their stocks. Some big companies can do that. They can apparently just take it off you. what do you do then? I just don't trust it. Maybe I'm too skeptical. I don't know, but I don't trust it. If I can physically hold it, own it, it's different. Bruno's guy, it's legendary. Thank you, mate. If it closes above that line, you got their beautiful MSS. Yeah, so I've been over what I want to see. It's not closing above, so nothing at the minute. So James, do you have answered trades before session? I answered a trade 5 minutes into today's stream, mate. So yes, I do. So session open, guys. And close back below. Let's quickly look at a 5 minute, see what's going on. No support, nothing really yet in a 5 minute. What it does suggest is it's grabbed upside liquidity though, leaving a long upper wick into the range above, only to reject. Twice we've done it. But being session open, it's not strong enough confirmation for me. So nothing at the minute here on the gold. There is no second entry at the minute for the stream. Dean, proved earlier this stream. Thank you, mate. So James, all good, mate. Not a problem. It's gonna be funny talking to the team later on the call. Forgot to mention, guys, I had a bloody busy day yesterday. I forgot to mention on stream, I actually took part in a citizen's arrest yesterday. Only to let the fish go. That was the directive of the person who had goods stolen from him, from a shop. After all that work, are you serious? It didn't feel rewarded for it, to be honest. Back to the gold. Really good pin down as well. I was really impressed with that. Sometimes little shits need to be taught a lesson. Oh, trader, business owner, hairless wonder, and now superhero. 100%, mate. Doing everything I possibly can for the community. When police aren't interested, you gotta take matters into your own hands. Mind you, by the time police would have got there, probably still be waiting because no one was murdered. Stabbed, they might be there within a few hours. Theft or burglary, something like that. Yeah. Unless the guy, you know, actually who commits the crime injures themselves, they're not interested. If you get injured, they're not interested. These rules are so back to front these days, it's just beyond me. I don't understand it. Lachlan, proud of you, thank you. Gold is booming. One Festus. Not really doing much to me. It still looks potentially like it could come down. Drip for sale feels good when you got the exact same setup as some guy in TikTok Live. Nice one. The herd mentality. Kellen, Carl, the Forex commodities account I use is funded through crypto. Alright, interesting. There is a crypto prop firm. I don't know the name of it, but I know there is one. It's the same deal. Yeah, I think similar parameters as to the futures and Forex prop firms. Fabs trades? No, it doesn't stand for A.C.T. is in Canberra, Australian Capital Territory. Analyze confirmed trade in Melbourne. That's where I am based. All right, guys, we'll be back in a minute. And there's no entry just yet. I'll be back in 1 minute. Music doesn't stop in the meantime. All right, gold popping back up again. Bit of uncertainty at session open, liquidity a bit all over the shop in a minute. Shamo, you're from Canberra. Unfortunate. Just kidding, mate. Just kidding. Canberra is, am I not mistaken that you can't be busted for consuming or carrying drugs in Canberra? Illicit drugs. Obviously, unless you're carrying a certain amount, and obviously, I probably shouldn't be talking about this, I'll probably get a ban. But unless you're a dealer, I don't think that you get penalized, do you? Don't do that stuff though, guys. Not good for you. Never been interested, not interested at all. Anything that I not do regularly, not done for a while. I had my first beer actually in over a month on Sunday. The only thing I occasionally do is have a drink. That's it. And it was only 3 small beers, so it was nothing to get you smashed. Gold pumping. All right, so there's no entry for me still. Everything's illegal? I thought it was the opposite. Yeah, it's really pumping. It's just, there was no confirmation for an entry for me. So a lot of the time, guys, as well, irrespective of the analysis, which could be correct, I still need to wait for a confirmation and catalyst, and a lot of time it's also not going to present, so I just need to accept that and not chase it, because if I did chase, I'd feel bad if I got absolutely wrecked. So all good, still taking 1 win. Stick around for a little bit. Either way, just see and maybe reassess things. And yeah, good to see the YouTube numbers being up today, and TikTok as well. Appreciate you guys. Bear market, if the candle has closed above the resistance, is it was valid? But if it closed above here, no, not necessarily. It had to do what, for me anyway, what I mentioned before about a 15-minute pause back above it. It's just a price action pattern that would satisfy the requirements. That would suggest to me it's reset to provide a signal. Without it, all I see is this is one impulse. So you're getting late on the M30 if that's the case, and there was no valid entry here. So again, I need for it to give me another signal, and that signal was, like I mentioned before, I'll quickly draw it up for you again for education. So don't forget to smash the like button, so on and so forth. Close like that, followed by what would reset it. What would have reset it was if this current candle ended up closing back weak bearish, bring that minor resistance above a previous resistance, and then as the new candle opens up, creates a bit of a low wick, begins to break the high of that previous pause candle. That to me suggests we're likely heading up to this level here. So that would have reset the entry, the potential entry. Without it, there is no valid entry for me. Again, I'm just playing to my strengths, fully aware that I might miss out, but by playing to my strengths, I'm also giving myself a much higher probability of being in the end of a winning trade. Shomo, what is your style of trading, if you don't mind me? Just scalping, mate. It's price action. Pure price action. The candles are my signals. Lachlan pumping up $20. Nice one. Thank you for the sticker as well. Aminus, what do you think for gold? Well, again, in a minute now, it's just a matter of waiting to see how price reacts to the resistance. So it is now pushing to the upside, retesting the daily high, the resistance. Now, let's focus on the upside here. There is a little bit more minor resistance over here to the left-hand side, just above the current daily candles high. So my idea for continuation buys would be Because at like that point, once it's done this, the entry is likely going to be above that resistance either way. So what I would want to see is price take out the Asian range high, which is the resistance of 41.6940, pop back down to pull back and tap back into it, and as it begins to pop back up and break above the catalyst high, that could be the entry. Now the issue is, if it happened on the following this candle, it's just come from too far without it resetting. So similar to what I mentioned here, I would require a reset. So the same reset would pretty much apply. It's either going to be what I mentioned just before, where you have to pause just above the zone here. So that would, once again, I'll draw it up. The more I repeat myself, the more it's going to sink in. So if it closed above like so, you had a weak bearish closure, it could be like so. And at that point, you're still going to be entering pretty much above that resistance. That would reset. So we're triggered in sellers, respected this resistance. If it breaks above this counter high, breaking above the resistance over here to the left, there's a higher chance it's going to make the move up. So that's one way of it potentially resetting if it did that. Now the other way it could reset is if simply it just pulls back to maybe create the higher low, form support, and you can look for the buy at that point, or does this where it triggers in at least some sellers, closes back a bearish candle, wipes the sellers out, and then you're looking for the continuation off the back of that. So there are your options. Jeffrey, you were where the wall of China. Take that as a compliment. Trade Delicious, good day to you. Welcome. Carl Justin gives away so much info. You guys should be thankful. There's not many would give this much. Appreciate it, mate. Yeah, I mean, even for the more experienced guys like you, who are not really here for all that, you're more here for the community type of vibe, I suppose. Still drop something at times that you could consider useful for your own training as well. You might implement along the way, but for a lot that are quite new, you should be paying attention. Rewatch streams as well. If there's something you're like, shit, I want to hear that again, that made sense to me, go back and rewatch the stream on YouTube. I will upload more content. There is a good chance I'll be recording a video tomorrow on how I drop my zones, because many people ask about it almost on a daily. So that will possibly be recorded tomorrow and hopefully be uploaded for the weekend. Hopefully. Trying to do some of my own editing, so I'm learning how to do that at the minute. Mr. Phil, good mate, I hope you're well. John Whisk, you got tutorials on I've got my course that's in the VIP, which once again I'll bring it up one more time. Black Friday special offer for the VIP for the life of the membership. Chris AU, thank you for the stickers as well. Buckland again, thank you. 20% discount off the monthly subscription. That brings it down to $24 a month, which includes access to the full course, access to all the other educational content. There is a lot more than just the course. Access to all the members only live calls, which is between 3 and 5 times a week. It just depends. Plus a whole lot more. Plus you're more than welcome to contact me at any point. Yeah, so if anyone is interested, something to consider. YouTube, it's at the top, pinned to the top of the chat with the discount code. TikTok, just send me a message if you are interested. Rose, can you answer now? I think you're way too late if you're looking to buy it. What's your opinion? Think it's going to continue bullish? Have to wait and see, to be honest. It is a strong level of rejection. I think it'll all come down to the Asian range high. If it can close above it, retest it, and begin to pull away, then yes, I do believe there's a good chance it will continue bullish. Just going to see if there was a really impulsive sell option, but the 4 hours not conclusive enough for the resistance, but that is based off literally what it's doing right now. No low wick, up straight up into a level of resistance, likely going to flip and create a lower wick. You're at break even, potentially securing some profit. It's an extremely risky entry. I've taken it before on stream. Got stopped out. It's unfortunate. Marios, wait for the correction and look for entries somewhere in a 5-minute fair value gap or resistance. Fair enough. Don't trade fair value gaps personally. KSS multimedia, if it closes 4170, it forms a break of structure. 4170. It's still, the way I see it, it's still bullish here on 15. The way I actually see it. I mean, this is the high. The impulse up. Therefore, anything between this low and this high is technically bullish in structure, but what it is doing is retesting the daily high, and if it does reject, good chance it could head back down. Breaks above, good chance it's going to continue. Cody, are November, December worst trade months of the year? No, not for me. I've had a cracking November. I've had a really solid month. Got a hold of some big runners. In fact, it could almost be the best month of the year so far. I'm not too sure. I'd have to have a proper look at it. Yaron, have you ever traded Fair? No, I've never once traded them. I can honestly say to you guys, I've never once entered a trade based off of fair value up. So I see no buys or sells now. Price could move either way. Yeah, to be honest, the current level, I think you'd be better off trying to look for sells, but doesn't mean just take it. Probably definitely need a confirmation. David, I'm looking for break of structure down out of the Asian session high and then short it down. Fair enough. At least you got a plan. Marios, no, I do not trade the news. Apple users, same here. I'm up steady 12% in the month. No losses so far. I think just the one loss was yesterday, I think, so far for the month. Took last one. Ahmed, how's your streak going? Yesterday was broken. Took a loss yesterday. Could have easily avoided it had I been more strict with following the rule of having more for low wick. But it's all good. You're allowed to take a loss. Otherwise, it was still a valid entry. But backed it up quickly today with a nice win right at the very beginning of the stream. Back, in the winning ways very quickly. Mister, you thinking it will rally today or come off? Sorry, mate, just doing. I think it all depends on this Asian range high. That's what I believe. It respects it. Even if it doesn't respect it and breaks above it, it just all depends on what happens if it pulls back to it. If it pops back below it, then I believe it could come back down. If it pops back above it, breaks above it, taps in, begins to pull away. I do believe there's a good chance we're going to end up continuing towards that 4200 flat. Yeah, the strict rules are extremely important when it comes to trading. Following them. Byron, what is your take on trading Forex as a whole? They say trading should not define me as a person, but how do you separate your identity from something you do daily? How would I? It's the best way to answer. Shouldn't define you as a person, but if it's, I suppose it will define you as a person if it's what you do for a living. I mean, if it's your job, if it's your business, then I suppose it will define what you do, and it will also tell you a lot about your character and your discipline. If you have a strong enough character to be able to pull it off. So I think you need to have that strong character about you as a trader. You could definitely going to hear a lot of people whispers in your ear saying you're wasting your time, you're never going to make it, you're just gambling. You're going to hear that all the time, but don't worry about proving those people wrong. Just prove to yourself that you can actually do this. Give yourself time. But yeah, it will definitely define you. It will definitely break you at some point, and it will also make you if you are strict and stick with the plan and process and just allow it to take its own course. Some will take longer than others, but the most important thing you do is just continue to work on it, refine your strategy, refine your edge, and don't worry about the doubters. It's same as even me on the stream when everyone, you know, before was saying, what are you doing? You're about to get wrecked. I was also of the belief it's bullish, but I saw a quick opportunity to sell it, and now it's moved back up. So I took the opportunity and profited from it. So just stick to your, you know, what you believe in. I think it's much like, honestly, fitness. I always bring it up, but it's true. You have the discipline and a plan on how you're going to approach your training, your nutrition. You can really get yourself into some pretty good nick. And for me, I've been crazy about it for so many years. For me, it's a way of life, and I think that's what you need to make it yourself. So you need to come up with some sort of schedule. It's not going to just dictate your whole life, so your whole day where you're just sitting on charts for 10 hours, 15 hours, wake up, jump on the charts, turn the charts off when you go to bed. Just make sure you're not doing that, but schedule it around your day, whatever times suit you. And it's the same thing in the gym. I know roughly what times I'll be able to get there on a given day. I know what I'm going to be eating prior to it, after it, so on and so forth. I don't strictly count calories, protein, carbs. I really don't. But all I know is I'm much higher protein diet. And I don't add sugar to anything. Nothing at all. All my sugar is natural. So if I have an apple or something, it comes from that. I stick far away from processed foods as much as I can. So I don't have ham or anything like that. I do have pork, but not ham. Not often though, to be honest. It's mainly chicken, in all honesty. Chicken and some fish. But that's the way I, answer that. It's sorry to digress from trading to fitness, but it kind of ties into it. So I hope that is understood. Jays, you're off. All good, mate. No worries. This one's key. I believe that I love negative energy of people. It gives me more chi to push through high levels. Yep. Likewise, mate. It's not so much to, again, to prove a point to them. It's just like, well, you think I can't make it? Spurs me on more to prove to myself that I can. Bertuk, thank you for the stickers, by the way. Ahmed, missing a rally from 3,500. Bertuk, supply zone. Chat just moved. Supply zone not that strong, could go through. But what I think, struggling at this resistance. I remember watching a year ago scalping at the same time holding longs on gold. Thank Act for helping. A year ago I was at my last 5k and lost my business, started full day trade. Nice one, mate. Glad to hear that you're doing well. Good work and well done for sticking at it. Guys who've listened to him follow the rules, you can succeed in trading. It's true. Once you've determined an edge that you can make work for yourself and you've proven that you can, it's as simple as following the rules. There's no ifs, buts, maybes. Yeah. All right. So I would preference sells here, but it is very bullish. Bertuk, all good, mate. You don't owe me a thing. Honestly, it's your own hard work. So well done. It's you know, full praise to you. But I'm glad that, watching a stream of that has helped you. Byron, thank you. All good. On fitness, what is your take on protein supplements? I do have protein powder. It is always better if you can get it naturally in the diet, but it's just hard. How much chicken and eggs can I eat on a day? already have a shit ton of it, to be honest. So I do supplement protein. Look, I think there's a minimal difference between whey, concentrate, and isolate. You're paying a lot more for isolate. I used to buy isolate as opposed to concentrate because it's obviously less refined. There is it hits the muscles quicker. But for the money you're paying for it, I don't think it's really worth it, to be honest. You just got to be careful it's not packed with shitty fillers when it comes to protein powders. I like one that's got a lot of amino acids in it, BCAAs, EAAs, that type of thing, because I think that's another take when it comes to the supplement industry. People buy it separately. I don't think you need to. If you've got a good protein powder, it should have all that in there. You shouldn't need to buy that separately. So I think it is good for, you know, just to keep the protein intake levels high. Is it a necessity? No. But yes, I do supplement protein. My favorite supplement is creatine. By far and away, that is the #1 supplement. I absolutely love creatine. And it's tried, tested. It's the most tested supplement in the history of supplements. And all conclusions are that it is extremely good for you, for your vital organs, for your brain as well, for mind focus, things like that. It is the best supplement, the most studied supplement, and the most beneficial for not just training, but for just longevity of your, you know, your body, your organs, your brain. And you can't get physically enough of that through your diet. You just cannot. You gotta eat like a whole bloody cow or something to get a certain amount, you know, grams that you need of a day. Disciplines concern, creatine can make you bald. Yep, but not much of a concern for me, is it? That's true. But yes, that is the one side effect that you could possibly get that they've worked out, is it could increase the chances of hair loss. Chris, enjoying a live. You on YouTube? Yes, I am on YouTube as well. On both. So make sure to follow on YouTube, guys. You get the full screen, you get the full price scale, all that, so on and so forth. Byron. Then on finding one's edge. There are trader veterans who mention edge decay. What is your take on this concept from your own experience, if you don't mind? Yeah, look, I wouldn't necessarily call it decay, but there's certain entry type, for instance, that you might have used well in the past, may be, you know, sparingly. So you need to, yes, you adapt to the cycles of the market and situations. And that's how we come up with the interruption entry, the interruption candle entry. So yeah, I've definitely adapted certain entry types. And I think if you remain stagnant, sometimes the markets can move away from you. Doesn't always happen. I mean, sometimes you know, certain edges on the market will still be, I mean, it's still always going to be valid, but will still be, you know, highly profitable moving on for eternity, to be honest, if you're just really strict for following that particular price action pattern, so on and so forth, or, you know, whatever it is, if it's indicators. But yes, I do agree, for the most part, you need to adapt to conditions. You need to adapt what the market is giving to you. For instance, gold these days is a lot more volatile, a lot more volume on it. These candles have a lot more volume behind it than what it had even 2 years ago. Through the back testing of the interruption candle entry on Forextester with the simulator, I have an affiliation with, and I do recommend, because it is by far and away the best simulator out there. And that is, everyone has it, will agree with that. And from a couple years back, the entry type was few and far between, but the markets have changed, and now it happens regularly, this particular entry type. So yes, I do believe you need to adapt, but good traders will be able to identify that when things are starting to shift. Also, for instance, Asian session has been pretty much a session of choice throughout this year when trading gold. I believe you got the best moves come throughout the Asian session for the most part. So again, if you are available to trade the Asian session, that you might, you know, adapt in that sort of respect as well, training your changing your session times or your trade times. So yeah, to answer it, yes, you do need to adapt, but again, most good traders will be able to identify it and do so quicker than others. All right, so it's closed back weak bullish. We have tapped into the resistance and so far respecting, rejecting. Now if I was to stay on and if I was to consider a potential entry from this point, what I do like about it is the fact that we have formed, albeit in a 5 minute, a little bit of minor support after rejecting. So what I would wait though for to give me the confirmation is this 15-minute bearish engulfing. You're going to be closing below 5 minute support. You've got a nice price action catalyst. You've had a nice clean move up. There's a good chance it could reject and eventually come back down. Doesn't have to do it all in one move, but that could be the potential option moving forward. So it's something I would perhaps consider. Yeah, but it is getting late for me. If you guys didn't notice, I actually started stream 5 minutes early today, by the way. I'll quickly get through the last questions here. Goals, are you looking for sell? Well, if I was to stay on, potentially, but there is no confirmation just yet. AJ, can you explain the fair value gap that are open just now and they will be mitigated? I do not trade fair value gaps, mate. Not everyone does. That's the thing. People come on to these streams and just assume everyone's trading fair value gaps. I don't trade them. I'm not the man to ask. I don't know. Where is the fair value gap? I have no idea. I'm not familiar with fair value gaps. Apologies, but I can't answer that question for you. Jamil, you're any buys depending on how 1 hour closes. I'm going to continue to hold it for closes bullish. Yeah, fair enough, mate. I think that's not a bad idea. Let's retest the resistance, retesting the high. But still could be bait for sells and continue bullish movement. Yeah, it could do that as well, potentially. So that's why I just have a solid rule for it and tick it off. But yeah, personally for me, I'm not going to be taking it because I'm going to go off, have some dinner. Already had a winning day. And I've got a stream later with my VIP. Yared seems going down. Ahmed, there is fair value gap 1200. That is fair distance off. But also in a buy. Alright, nice work, guys. Yeah, Byron, so hopefully I answered your question. And nice questions, good questions, mate. I appreciate those sort of questions. Not just can we buy now or sell now. That is some, you know, a question people can learn from. So guys, moving forward, if you have questions that, you know, others can learn from, could be in regards to technical analysis, could be in regards to, you know, emotions and things like that. Feel free, always feel free to ask. I'm much happier to answer those questions than just simply can we buy and sell all the time. You're already still holding your buys, listen to yep, drop the E and you're all good. Justin, when sell confirm, I will close it. No worries, my friend. I think he means 12. It just depends where you are as well as to what time 12 is. But yeah, breaking just now, so yeah, it's a bit too impulsive either way, but looks like it could come down. Byron, all good, mate, all good. So guys, thank you for everyone. Good to see numbers up there today, and well done. Winning stream, very early into the stream, but we got the W, so well done if anyone took those. To my team, Franco and Daniel, only one's on the current Zoom call. I will catch you guys in probably about an hour. Keep you guys posted. Take care. I'll just end a call for you guys now. YouTube, TikTok will be back tomorrow around the same time. Don't do anything stupid. Trade safe. News. Shit, did I even check the news today? It's a little bit ignorant, but forgot. It's the news. Anyway, I know there's no high impact news during the London session for gold, so it's not an issue. But moving forward, what is there? There's pound. Okay, there's a big one for the pound. We've got the forecast statement. So you got a statement in regards to the economy. So apparently it's shit the bed. Unemployment claims. So big day for the US dollar and gold. 30 minutes into my session. Trade safe, guys. Don't do anything stupid. I will catch you all tomorrow. Until then, have a good one. Cheers, team. Well done, and catch you tomorrow. Cheers, guys. Bye.